Hello, dear book lovers. I hope you are doing great. Welcome to my channel, and I am so excited because today is the day for a book club video. I have read recently a beautiful book that is called Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brendon Sanderson. It's a fairy tale, and I've decided that I can make a video about this book. I quite enjoyed this book, and I read it on my Kindle. So for ASMR triggers, I got a little bit creative and I prepared something for you. I'll show you later. Tress of the Emerald Sea. It's a book written by Brendon Sanderson. He's an American fantasy writer. He's quite famous now. He writes books in different genres, mostly high fantasy, young adult, and sci-fi. And his most famous universe is called Cosmere. I've read several books that happen in this universe, and this universe is quite big, and he has books from different times. And this book, Tress of the Emerald Sea, happens in Cosmere. It's really good, and it has a really good rating on Goodreads. It's 4.39. And overall I think Brendon Sanderson has a quite good rating on Goodreads, and he, I think, has quite a big fan base. Right. Okay, so I gave this book 4.5 stars. It's quite rare that I give 5 stars to a book. I really need to love it to give it 5 stars. I enjoyed this book, but maybe there are things that I didn't like, so it's 4.5. Let me tell you, what is the story about? This book is about a girl named Tress. She travels the world of Lamar. Sorry, I'm looking down because I have my notes here. She travels the world of Lamar to rescue her beloved Charlie after he's kidnapped by the sorceress. That's a short description of the book. The story is narrated by one of the Cosmere characters who appears in different books. His name is Hoyd, and I met him for the first time in my favorite series, fantasy series that I talk about, I think, in my every video, Stormlight Archives. So he was King Elakar's wit and entertainer in that series, and here in this book he appears again. He narrates the story about Tress and Charlie. Okay, so what else I wanted to tell you is that Brendon Sanderson wrote this book in secret. He didn't tell about this book. He tell no one about this book except for his wife. And also he said that this book was inspired by The Princess Bride. I think I saw him talking about it, and he said that he was watching The Princess Bride, I think with his kids and with his wife, and some idea came to him, and he decided to write a book about it. And also this book is illustrated by Howard Leon, and the illustrations are really pretty. Right, okay, so let me see what I can tell overall. So from this point, there will be spoilers. What I can tell overall is that I think this book is like a fairy tale, but for adults. And also, it is, in a way, a book of wisdom because it has so many thoughts to think about. I'll give you a couple of quotes. He talks, where Brendon Sanderson talks through his character Hoyt, but I think he just gives you some life wisdom through him, like, because I remember reading it and there's quite a lot of adventure and interesting things happening, but in between he gives some ideas to think about, some things about life, about memories, about people, about everything. And let me show what I've got for you today. So in this book, the main character, Tress, she lives on the planet Lamar that has 3 seas, but these are not usual seas. These are seas that are not made from water. They are filled with spores. There are 3 seas, as I said. The Emerald Sea, the Crimson Sea, and the Midnight Sea. And of course I think those spores are bigger than what I have for you, but I've decided that I need some beautiful sounds. So I took some rice and I used some food color to make it green, well, emerald. Of course it's not emerald, it's just green. But I thought, why not? I can make some green spores or emerald spores. So can you imagine the sea of this green spores that make waves and, behave like water? And also some spores, which is just rice, from the Crimson Sea, where the dragon lived. For the Midnight Sea, you would guess that I took black rice. There is black rice. You don't need to color it, it's already black, and it's actually, it looks good. I think it looks like spores from the Midnight Sea, but smaller. So I didn't find it in the closest supermarket. And instead, I took some chia seeds. They are even smaller, of course, than rice, and I think the spores are much, much bigger. But they are black and shiny, and I think that's how maybe the midnight sea looked like. Can you imagine like waves of... Can you imagine lots of chia seeds that are wave like water, and they make this sound? I think that's how Brendon Sanderson described it, because they were making this sound. And also, if you remember, Tress was collecting cups, and I really liked the story about it, because I don't know, it's just a really nice idea that she was collecting cups and she was into them. I think it was really cute. Unfortunately, I don't have any china cups at home, but I found some cups in my daughter's toys. I thought that they look so cute, and maybe we can imagine that Tress had a cup like this. Of course not a plastic one, but look at this, it looks so cute. My daughter likes to make, she's 4 soon, and she likes to have a tea party using these cups. She always makes some tea for me and a cake, and I have to sing happy birthday every time so she can blow some candles on her cake. There is another one, small cup. Let me make this sound. So as you remember in the book, those spores were pretty dangerous, and they had to drink salty tea to prevent themselves from being killed from the spores. And also there's one more cup. This one is not a cup exactly, but this from Lego sets. It's a little cup. Let me get some crimson spores. Birds are loud. And oh yeah, let me try the black ones. I imagine that would be a great sound made by the sea of chia seeds. Like that. I hope you can hear the sound. It's pretty nice, very meditative. Okay. Let's move on to some book club questions. Let me find them first. what was your favorite part of the book, and what was your least favorite? I don't think there was the least favorite part, but there were some moments some parts that I enjoyed. Of course, the beginning of the book, it was quite engaging. I think I liked the universe description, like the introduction of the main characters and the world where everything happens. Yeah, it was really interesting to read. And of course I liked the ending. It was really nice. I liked the part about the dragon. I liked how unusual it was, this conversation with him, how she convinced him to keep Captain Crow. And yeah, that was really funny. I remember I was smiling when I was reading. And what I loved is the story about her father when she needed to leave the island to go to rescue Charlie. So she asked her father to help her, and I liked how the story about him, that he was so kind and he helped everyone without asking anything back, and everyone felt like they just need to help him and his daughter, even though it was dangerous for them. But I just enjoyed this part so much, and how he helped her to escape. Who is the most favorite character? And which character you didn't like? I think, well, of course I liked Tress and her talking red named Huck, who was actually Charlie, by the way. So I guess that's a big spoiler. I guess Charlie was my favorite character as well. I liked how he talked a lot, and he's funny. Of course I liked Hoyt, the narrator of the story. He's funny, and I liked him from the books, the other books where he appeared. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that also I liked the fact that Tress of the Emerald Sea is a standalone book, that it's not a series. What surprised you most about the book? I think maybe what I talked about before. I think that I thought that it's just some kind of adventure, but there were some thoughts from Hoyt, some ideas, some reflections, and I really enjoyed that part of the book. So I think, and this part was quite surprising. So yeah, maybe that. I think I would ask Brendon Sanderson who is his favorite character of this book, because I don't think that the main characters are always the favorite characters of the author. Also, I remember, it's not about the characters but about the books, and there is a video with Brendon Sanderson where he talks about his books and how difficult was to write them, and he rates them by difficulty, I think, how easy or difficult it was to write them. And yeah, was it fun? Or yeah, you should, if you like Brendon Sanderson books, you should definitely watch it. It's really interesting to watch, to see how he rates them, that some of the books were really fun and easy to write, and he he's written them really fast, and some books were really difficult, and he felt like there was a lot of pressure, especially when it's like, you know, for example, the last book of the series, or the second book of the series, because if the first book was a hit and then you need to write the second book, that should be interesting as well, right? So I think it's a challenge. What do you think about the title? Oh, I love the title. The title is so beautiful. I mean, it sounds beautiful. Tress of the Emerald Sea. It sounds like a fairy tale title. I think I love it. It's really beautiful, and I love the cover. It's very, you really want to read the book when you see the title in the cover of this book. Would you want to read more books set in that world? Yeah, of course, and I've read a lot of books, not a lot of books, but a number of books from this world, from this universe. Were there any quotes that stood out to you, and why? As I said, there were many great quotes, but I wrote down a couple. So I have one funny quote and one a good one. One of the great tragedies of life is knowing how many people in the world are made to soar, paint, sing, or steer, except they never get the chance to find out. It's so sad, isn't it? And the other one is funny. He had a jaw so straight, it made other men question if they were. It's so good, don't you think? How did you feel about the ending? I loved the ending. I loved the twist that Huck was actually Charlie. I did not expect that. Maybe some of you realized that, I don't know, earlier. I was like, oh, I think I realized that maybe only when it was almost already revealed. And I was like, yeah, of course, this is Charlie. Yeah, and I liked the story about the sorceress. Yeah, I think the ending was good. It was like a fairy tale ending, and it was a good ending, happy ending, and they lived happily ever after on the island. On their island? No, not on their island. Oh, they went exploring, right? As she wanted. I think it's good, it's funny, it's quite easy to read, it's adventurous and gives you food for thought. It has everything a good fairy tale should have. I think, of course, maybe it's not appropriate for kids. I don't know what is the age rating for this book. I love to read a good fairy tale. It kind of, you escape the reality and you immerse yourself in this world of the seas made of spores and sorceresses and, you know, dragons and all this funny stuff. So 4.5 stars for this book for sure. Thank you, Brendon Sanderson, for being such a good writer. I really like your books. I think I'll finish here for now. That was fun. I liked talking about this book. Let me do a little bit more of ASMR sounds. I'll probably give this colorful rice to my daughter to play with. This sound is so subtle. I hope you can hear it. Okay, thank you for watching this video. In my next ASMR book club video, I'll be talking about The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I've read it recently. I'm still thinking what ASMR triggers I can use in this video inspired by this book. It's quite challenging. Maybe if you read this book, you can give me some ideas of sounds that I can use in my video. Not only book sounds, but something creative. Yeah. So see you next time. Bye.